Hi everyone and welcome to Pot of Coffee Knits. I just wanted to do this short video today to kind of tell you what direction that I am planning my podcast to be going in for this new year. I have been really working hard the last year on getting my Etsy shop up and running and working in the knitting community and the naturally dyed yarn world. And that's really only one piece of my life and reflects only one part of my life. And recently I've taken on more responsibility at my church and in my job to find time to do my podcasts. And there are many areas of my life that I'm interested in. And so from this point forward, my podcast will no longer be solely about knitting and yarn dyeing. It will actually encompass all of the communities that I am involved with and all of the hobbies and things that I'm interested in and that make up me as a whole. And so my videos will reflect my family, homeschooling, gardening, photography, art, knitting, yarn dyeing, DIY projects, the outdoors, painting, literature, especially because I was a literature major and I read a lot of books, and I really don't get a chance to talk to people about some of the books that I'm reading, so I want to do some book podcasts. So, I mean, in general, there's a lot of things that are pieces of my life that make up me as a whole. And it's really hard to find time to podcast these days with as busy as our schedule is. Running a home, homeschooling 4 kids, my church responsibilities, and working full time. I work 50 hours a week, and just keeping track of my home, and then all the hobbies that I actually partake in. So it really limits my time to be on social media and to podcast. So I'm really trying to streamline everything into one so that it is more convenient and easier for me to still continue to talk to you all about things that I am working on and things that I am doing. So I will try to give headings to my podcast videos so that if it's heavily one topic, one time that you are not interested in, you will know ahead of time that it might not be a video you want to watch. But I'm hoping to connect to way more communities like the other hobbies outside of my knitting and yarn dyeing that might find me and I can find them, so we can connect to each other and have a community there also. I love the knitting and yarn dyeing community, and that's actually what really propelled me into starting a podcast and talking about the things that I'm doing. But like I said, that's only one fraction of my life. And so going forward, it will just be a lot easier to connect all of the pieces of things that I'm doing into one podcast. So I hope you don't mind, and I hope you stick with me, and yeah, it should be fun. And I know every one of you is not just a knitter or a yarn dyer. And so if there's something that you connect with me on, whether it be literature or, photography, art, nature, any of those things, I would love for you to stick with me and leave comments and we can talk about it, because I'd love to express myself in multiple ways. So yeah, the only other thing that has changed is my Instagram account has changed to Pot of Coffee Life rather than Pot of Coffee Knits. And I'm going to be posting more things on my Instagram that reflect these same things I'm just talking about here, because it's really hard to keep a bunch of separate accounts. And so I'm just going to keep one that I can use for all things. But you can still find me at my Etsy shop. I still have a ton of beautiful naturally dyed yarns in there that I would love to have good homes. I have all those sample kits in there that really need homes, and I worked really hard on dyeing, and so I would love for people to find a use for those. So that is still potofcoffeeknits.etsy.com, and my Facebook page is still Pot of Coffee Knits on Facebook. The only thing that's changed is Instagram is now Pot of Coffee Life. And my podcast will now in the future start reflecting things that I'm interested in. So check back for if you are a reader and you love to talk about books or photography or art or nature or gardening, because I'm planting my seeds this next week, my indoor seeds. So despite the 8 inches of snow that are outside and the 3 to 5 inches to come tomorrow night, it's still, the birds are singing and spring is coming. It's just around the corner. I can feel it. I know I can feel it. So I need to get those indoor seeds planted. But I hope you're having a wonderful Monday and that you all continue to stick around and follow me because I love being a part of this community. So have a great day, everybody.